Hello everybody, this is Michael Gaming here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a Kerbal Space Program tutorial. I know this is kind of new, but I figured since we've got it's actually not called 0.26, but 0.90 coming up soon, like probably this week. I figured I'd just do a tutorial because I've been kind of playing the game a good amount lately, so yeah, here's a tutorial. What I'm going to be showing you today is, as you can see by the names, I'm going to be showing you how to rendezvous and dock with a spacecraft. So, I mean, if you have watched some other tutorials on this, chances are you've probably been like, wait, what the heck, why do I have to do a higher orbit? And wait, hold on a minute, it's so complicated, because that was me for a while. Some tutorials do seem to make it like a bit complicated, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and make this as easy as possible. I am currently playing with mods, but none of these will affect the actual rendezvous and docking process, or at least I don't have any parts on there that will do that. But yeah, so I guess let's get right into it. So let's just pop into the Docker vessel. So as you can see, I've just constructed a, once it loads, pretty simple spacecraft. It's got solar panels, command pod, little docking port. Just basically everything you really need. I've got a full tank right now because I just, oh, it's not there. Just ejected my, ascent stage. So if you just heard that, that's just the chatter mod. It doesn't affect anything. It just kind of adds, like, little radio chatter things ever so often. So what you're going to want to do is just take a look at your map view by pressing M, if you don't already know that. So the first thing you want to do is locate the ship or station or whatever you want to rendezvous with, rather. Then you're going to want to, in my case it's the rendezvous target, you're just going to want to click on it, then click set as target. As you can see, its orbit has changed to green, and then you got these things, the ascending node, and the descending node. Oh, my descending node's right there. Okay, 3 minutes, I got this. So now you have that, you're going to want to hover over the ascending node and descending node. So as you can see, the ascending node is 0.7 degrees, and the descending node, can't speak today, says negative 0.7 degrees. These just basically tell you how, like, different your orbital inclination, or basically how tilted your orbit is from theirs. If you have it's possible to rendezvous and dock with different inclinations, but it just makes it easy. I mean, I usually don't really bother with changing my inclination unless it's like over 1.0, because then things start to get really ugly and like you can actually see the difference. Just for the sake of the tutorial, sorry guys, I'm going to show you how to change it. So what you're going to want to do is find on your orbit, see this little ball, you're going to want to line that up with the ascending or descending node. It can be either one, but I just prefer to do whichever one's closer to me. So you're going to want to click and set up a maneuver node. Add maneuver. Alright, so whichever one. So if you did the descending node, you'll notice two pink triangles. There will be one that's just a normal triangle, and then one that's like a triangle with lines and not a dot in the center. What these triangles are the normal and anti-normal. I'm so sorry I can't speak. Indicators, which I just like to call it triangle and retro triangle, because prograde and retrograde just makes it easier. So what you're gonna notice how it's negative. Oh, how about change? Oh, that's because I think I messed with the maneuver a bit. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I changed the maneuver. Let's just set up a new one. Good old queen maneuver node. Okay, I've got 1 minute. Well, 2 minutes until we get there. So what you're going to want to do is, if you're on the descending node, you're going to want to pull on the normal triangle. If you're on the ascending node, you're going to want to pull on the retro triangle, I guess. So, since I'm at the descending node, I'm going to want to pull on the normal triangle until oh, there we go. You notice how the ascending node and descending node just started to move around really fast? So what you want to do is make it so that they're in the middle of this motion. You notice that it says 0 degrees. That means that your orbits will be aligned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the nav ball, find a little maneuver, then get ready to go. As you can see, the nice new nav ball for 0.25 actually shows us these indicators now, so it's kind of a cool little feature. So yeah, it's kind of like a matter of waiting. I don't want to time warp because 57 seconds away. I don't want to overshoot. But yeah. What you're basically doing is you're negating your inclination. Well, it says descending node, it was negative 0.6, I think it was. You're basically changing your orbit to 0.6 degrees, 0.6 degrees, so then the negative 0.6 plus 0.6 equals 0. This, okay, yeah, I was just trying to explain it, but if you don't understand it, that's perfectly fine. All you want to do is, well, the instructions I gave you earlier. So, okay, 30 seconds out. You're going to want to start burning, like, probably, I mean, notice the delta V indicator. I mean, if it's, like, less than 50 meters per second of delta V and you've got a pretty good engine, yeah, just start burning, like, 2 or 3 seconds before you get there, like, oh. But if it's, like, maybe 300 meters per second, you should be getting the estimated burn. You're going to want to burn, like, about halfway there. And go. Okay. And 19, 18, 17, 16, 17, 13, 12. Okay, and should be good. Yes, 0 degrees. Okay, so my planes have been matched. But yeah, what I was saying about burning halfway there, I didn't mean that, like, there should be a, I'm just gonna pull up another maneuver node. Estimated burn indicator, like, I'll just do a random example here. Ignore all those little indicators, we'll be using them later. So yeah, it says 1,000 meters per second. I mean, this is very ridiculous. Unless you're doing a very aggressive plane change, it shouldn't be like that. But what you're going to want to do is 1 minute 23 seconds. You're going to want to burn about, like, take this and divide it by 2. You'll get, I don't know, like 45 seconds, we'll say. Yeah, 45 is about right. So you'll have 45 seconds. Then what you want to do is you want to start burning about 45 seconds away. Anyways, this is kind of like a nice little tidbit. Continuing on, what you're going to want to do is, I mean, set up a maneuver node at your apoapsis or periapsis or just anywhere really. I like to do it at my apoapsis or periapsis, just, I really don't know why, it's just a habit of mine. So you just go on to add a maneuver, and then burn, set it up so that it burns prograde, or if you don't know what prograde and retrograde are, it's just the circle with lines and the circle with with lines and X in it. So you're just going to want to go prograde. Then just keep going until these markers pull up, like the pink ones and the orange ones. So these markers basically indicate where where the two ships will be, like when you're at your closest approach. What you want to do is you're just going to want to like keep on going prograde until these markers line up. Like right now, you notice how the pink and the orange are lined up? That wouldn't work. The orange ones have to be together, or I think I'll just call them purple. The purple ones have to be together. Now you're just going to want to keep burning prograde. Notice how they'll go around. They should meet up eventually. Ah, yes. Here we go. The purple ones seem to be going. I'm sure there's a more efficient way of doing this, but this is obvious. Well, this is at least the simplest way I know. So you're going to want to keep on going. Then you're going to want to hover over it. Okay, no, I'm going to turn this off. It's a bit disruptive. Okay, chatter. Mute. Okay. Sorry about that if that was distracting you. Whoa. Alright, so just hover over hover over like one of these. I think it's the top one only that shows this, but it should say separation. So when you're at your closest approach, you'll be 177.5 kilometers away. And it's also got the T-minus indicator. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to keep on dragging until they're very close together. So, like, that should be good. Yeah, 27 kilometers. You want to get it, like, within maybe 50 kilometers, because, I mean, if you get it within, like, 2 kilometers, it's not like you're just going to magically pull up there and stop. You're going to have to do a braking burn, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. 3 kilometers. I just like to get it set up really close, and then, like, I know that if I can't... It means that the approach will be longer. So you'll start off, like, maybe 100 kilometers away, then you'll get closer, 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 then suddenly you're at 3. So... then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull off the maneuver you set up that gets you that close approach. So let's just get my self-line. What's my battery at? Okay. Ooh, just 1.6. I really had to turn off my SAS when I'm not using it. Okay. That should be good. So just line yourself up with the maneuver node, then kind of do the maneuver. With these, I mean, if you're aiming to get a pretty close approach, you want to get, like, within, like, There should be, this X mark should turn to a green check mark. Once you get that green check mark, just stop burning, because you should be within, like, I don't know, a kilometer or two of delta V, of, like, what you want. So, let's just keep on going. So, to explain what I was saying earlier about burning halfway there, notice that it's 41 seconds. I'm going to want to start burning about T-minus 20 seconds. Once I'm, like, 20 seconds away, I should be good to burn, because then you'll be kind of burning as you go through the maneuver, then like a little bit after and a little bit before. So it's just right. Let's just kind of wait here. 7, 6. If you aren't like exactly on 20, it's fine. I mean, like watch. Here we go. 20. I'm just gonna want to kind of accelerate. Why did I just press the Z key? That's what I'm wondering right now. Okay, why do I keep on getting this glitch? Like, when I try and right-click and drag, it won't work, so I have to slide over to the desktop and slide back. It's really annoying. I mean, I'm hoping they'll fix... Well, I don't think it's something they can fix. I think it's just something with Mac OS. So just keep on going to map view. You should notice that your orbit is changing to the orange dotted one. But yeah, that's what you want. So just keep on burning. Slow down a bit, maybe. I don't know. Just pull off the maneuver node however you can. Okay, here we go. So, 30. Like it should turn to a green check mark when you've got like 0.3 well, 2 to 6. 5, yeah. Here we go. Notice how it's the green check mark. This means I'm just good. I mean, if you can keep on trying to go because the maneuver node starts to move, but I'm good with this. 103 kilometers. Actually, I'm not very good with that. Okay. 20. Yeah, it's fine. So now what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to warp time until you're actually at that close approach. Well, you'd want to stop like a little ways before. So just keep on going. Then what you should start to notice is as you get closer, well, the color might change, but don't worry. If you still have the separation that you set up, you're fine. If not, if your separation changes, I don't know what's up. So, here we go. You should notice that the ship I'll just call it object that you're trying to rendezvous with, should be moving closer just as you are. This is good. Like, you can kind of see the close approach starting to form. So, let's just speed up time a bit more, and... Alright, once your ships start to get pretty close together, you're going to want to, like, exit out of the map view and then start to look for that ship. So, I don't think I can see... Yeah, okay. I can't see it yet. Like, you'll notice they start to get pretty close together. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so it should be closer to Kerbal than I am. I'm above it. What the heck? That's weird, like what the terrain's doing. It happened to me earlier, and I have a screenshot of it. Don't get why it's doing that. Okay, maybe a bit closer. Okay, oh, that's pretty helpful. Distance. I think it only shows up with it when it's like within 100 kilometers of you. Okay. Okay, here we go. It should start to pop up here soon. Here we go, I should be able to see it now. Yes. So you see this little green indicator? That is a ship right there. So then, what you're going to want to do is, like, stop time warping. You're going to want to find, on your nav ball, well, first off, you're going to want to click on, you know where it says orbit and it has your speed? You're going to want to change it to target. If you set your target, this should work. So then, what it'll show you is... It'll, like, show your motion relative to the target that you're trying to rendezvous with. So you see this pink indicator? This is basically... This point is pointing you towards your target, then there is one back here that points you away from your target. Yep. So what you're going to want to do is just kind of wait a bit. Like your prograde marker, which basically indicates, if you don't already know, if you're going, like, which way is forward on the nav ball, just kind of wait a bit until you're pretty close to your close approach. Like, at usually 50 kilometers, I start to adjust my velocity, but okay, separation. Oh, yep. Now I'm going to want to do this. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is point yourself towards the retrograde marker. Make sure you have it set to target mode. So then you're just going to want to burn. You should notice that the relative velocity to your target, or just target speed, is going down. That's because you're slowing yourself down relative to your target. If it starts to go away, don't worry. I mean, as long as you're still within 100 kilometers, I think, yeah, 100 kilometers, you should be fine. So let's just kind of wait for this burn to finish. I mean, you can set up a maneuver node for it, but I think eyeballing it's just a lot easier. So, okay, 500 meters per second. What I usually like to do is just get down to about 100 meters per second. Like, if I'm more than 10 kilometers away, I usually set my target speed to 100 meters per second. Like, I'll stop burning around there. So, here we go. Okay, I can slow my lower throttle a bit. Yeah. This should be fine. So now what you're going to want to do is oh, actually I can't do that. I'm still moving away. I'm going to have to reverse my motion. Okay. So what you should notice is that your retrograde marker starts to move away, and then soon enough, yep, here comes the prograde. Your prograde should be coming towards you. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to point yourself towards the I'm just going to call it pro target and retro target. You're going to want to point yourself towards the pro target indicator, and then start burning. Okay. So you notice that the prograde marker moves towards it, but it's not like quite on center. I mean, if you're fine with it like being a bit off, it's okay. You don't really have to do this step, but angle yourself away and then just kind of burn. And you should notice that you're kind of dragging your prograde marker along. Just kind of move it so that it's like on the dot. Here we go. And you'll notice the target speed's 32 meters per second. I'm just going to kind of adjust it as I talk. That's not quite fast enough, so I'm going to accelerate up to probably 100 meters per second. Well, yeah, 100, which should be fine. So let's just get that set up. I don't want to be waiting around here forever, because eventually your orbits are going to change, and we don't want that. Like, for now, from like this point forward, like once you do your braking burn, which is basically indicating yourself, well, like matching your relative velocities, or basically doing that and then heading towards the target, the map view kind of becomes useless. Like, you could just wait until you're at 4.7 kilometers, but what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to warp time. I tend to like to warp until I'm about 10 kilometers away. Then what I will do is I'm going to adjust my speed. Okay. Notice how the target starts to move like a bit faster. At 10 kilometers, you'll notice that the prograde's slipping off of the target marker. I'm going to kind of slow myself down to maybe 75 meters per second. Because I don't want to be going too fast, because then it'll take too long for me to nullify my relative velocity, and then I'll just be stuck. Well, I'll just have to do this all again, because I'll end up like 30 kilometers away. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to drag my prograde marker back onto the target marker, or pro target marker. And then, oh, I think they're called the target and anti-target indicators. So I'm going to want to drag my prograde on again. Oop, speeding up a bit. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. And this time, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to position yourself on the retrograde. Okay, that's a bit too fast. I want to go back down to 50 meters per second. Well, 75 should be fine. Okay, yeah, that's good. You're going to want to position yourself on the retrograde marker, which should be like pointed on the anti-target marker. So then you're just going to want to wait until you're maybe 2 kilometers away, because I think the default physics rendering is 2 kilometers. If you have any solar panels, I would recommend bringing them in about now, because, well, ooh, I'm running low on fuel. I just recommend retracting them, because you don't want to... Oh, my action group isn't working. Oh, yeah. for whatever reason, my action group I have set up for solar panels isn't working, so it's a bit annoying. Alright, so now I'm about 2 kilometers away, so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to decelerate even more. I'd recommend around 50 meters per second, because then, once again, you're making it easier on yourself when you have to, like, completely stop relative to your target. Okay, let's see, a bit closer. Oh, okay. Now you're within the 1 kilometer, you're just going to want to stop completely. Just completely change your target velocity to 0. So it should be 1. Yeah. I don't think you can completely change it to 0, but like within 0, like under 1 meter per second. You're just going to want to get closer again. I'd recommend, well, 10 meters per second should be pretty good. You don't want to go too fast, because then you're going to either A, ram into your target, or B, just shoot off past it. 10, okay, that should be good. You want to get closer. Oh, position yourself on the retrograde marker just so that, oh, yeah, retrograde. So then it'll be easier to slow down and stop. Yep, you can see this spacecraft now, so then you're going to want to slow down and stop. So if you're just going to transfer crew and you don't want to dock, this is where you'd stop. So this is the rendezvous. You've rendezvoused. Good job. So you'd pop out your crew, hop into the other spacecraft. It's honestly, if you're just transferring crew and not fuel or anything, it's a lot easier to just rendezvous and then be done. But if you want to transfer like things like fuel, or if for whatever, yeah, just fuel or monopropellant or something, then you're gonna want to get in. Then you're just gonna want to dock. So what you're just gonna want to get a little. You're gonna want to get pretty close to your target, and yeah, I hate how it's night right now. Oh, it's midnight where I'm at. Darn it, it'll be a while. I don't want to risk time warping, because then I might like end up moving away from the target, and I don't want that. So then, what you're gonna want to do is slow down. Oh, I should probably close that. Okay, so you should. I mean, if you came all this way and you don't have a docking port, well, it's pretty bad, because you need a docking port to dock, obviously. So now, since you're within like probably 40 meters, you're gonna want to set a docking port, the docking port you just want to go to. Like move your camera around so you can see it pretty clearly. Then set that docking port as your target. You just want to right click on it and says target. If it's one of these shielded docking ports or something from a mod that like has to be open, you're just gonna want to go over to the target craft and pop it open. Then you're gonna want to pop. Then you're going to want to pop yours open. Okay. Now comes for the, depending on how you look at it, hard part or easy part. You're going to want to see how down here how it says staging, docking, and orbital map. You're going to want to click on the docking indicator. Then you're also, I mean, if you also come all this way and you don't have an RCS system, then yeah, I probably should have mentioned that earlier on. Sorry guys if you, yeah. Okay. Bad organization on my part. So then you should notice how it says rot and lin. This is basically for rotational mode on your RCS and linear mode, and just linear translation mode on your RCS. You're gonna want to click on R. Then you should notice when you press W, you move forward. S, you move back. Oh, it's all set up for me. Perfect. Because sometimes it'll be weird, especially on probes. Like it'll want you to it'll like want to go backwards when you press W and then all that stuff. Okay, so yes, it works. Okay. It's something about like how you like rotate the cockpit or something, but yeah. I personally just rotate my craft until it's perfect. By the way, you can toggle between these modes by just pressing the space bar. Space to go to rotational mode, which is just basically W is to pitch up, S is to pitch down, A and D are for yaw, Q and U are for roll. But linear mode is what you're going to want to be in when you dock. So you're going to want to, well, first off, you're probably going to want to indicate yourself close to the target indicator. Then you're just going to want to move forward. Oop, I should probably rotate. There we go. You're just going to want to kind of go a little ways until you're pretty close. I would personally recommend like just kind of setting up a spacecraft with a part docked to it with RCS on it, and then just kind of getting a feel for the controls so you can like practice docking. Oh, Google Drive. Why? It always pops up at random. I don't know why. Okay. So just kind of get yourself pretty close. So then what the ultimate goal is to do is to get your docking ports. Oh, come on! Why is this glitch so... Urgh! Why do you keep on doing this, game? Okay. So, what you want to do is get your docking port and the target docking ports to touch. That's what you want to do. So just kind of rotate yourself accordingly. The target indicator, if you set it to the docking port, is really useful because then it shows you the orientation of the docking port and all that stuff. So yeah, just kind of get yourself positioned so that your docking ports are all lined up. Then, so I'm kind of doing that right now. Okay, this should be good. Yep. Okay. So now what you want to do is, once they're kind of lined up, you're going to want to start moving forward. Moving forward, and then trying to get your docking ports to touch. Because, like, I don't know, but, like, I think they're magnets or something, but, like, your docking ports will obviously hook together. Dock. And then once you get there, is it going to work? Yeah. Oh. Just bounced off. Okay, don't worry if that happens. You're just going to want to move in again. Oh. Uh-oh. Does this have SAS? Nope, it does not. That's why. Okay. It's kind of annoying if you don't have SAS on, because then it'll just like move around if you hit it, and then it makes it like 20 times harder to dock with. Okay. Oh. I want to move down. Back. Left. Down. Forward. Okay. I would hate if this fails. Okay, move up, move up, move up, move up. Okay. It can be pretty hard, and this is actually the first time I've docked in, well, quite a while. So sorry for my horrible docking skills. Okay. Here we go. Should be, yep. As you can see, you notice that, like, you can probably see that, it's moving without me doing it. This is kind of the magnetism at work. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to, like, rotate yourself. Remember, not move linearly, but just rotate until... What the heck? Why isn't it working properly? Okay, let's just move this one around. Here we go. You should see the camera kind of flickers a bit, then you'll have all the crew pop up. And now you are docked. So just turn off your RCS systems and you can extend your solar panels again. Yeah, it's really annoying how the action group isn't working on these. So, once you're docked, there are a few things you can do. I mean, because why would you go through the whole process of docking if you're just gonna, like, be... Well, okay, if you're making a space station, it makes sense, but, like... Yeah. Here we go. I'm just gonna kind of warp until I'm on the day side of Kerbal so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, the terrain is really weird. Like, I've never had this odd glitch before. It's really, really weird. Okay, so what you can do is you can transfer different resources. Like, for example, say, say, like, I want, fuel. Yeah, this one's got, like, no fuel. This one's got a whole load. So what you do is you right-click on the fuel tank just right-click on a fuel tank, then hold down the Alt key, and then right-click on another fuel tank. And you should see there's an out and in button. Out and in buttons. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the fuel tank that you want to transfer fuel into, and then just click in and in on liquid fuel and oxidizer. And then just kind of wait a bit until it fills up. Like, what you can do is you can also just click out on the other fuel tank, but I think it's just a bit easier to click in. So, as you can see, the camera's kind of moving with the center of mass as it kind of moves a bit. So yeah, as you can see, this tank now has more fuel. Also, I'm just going to kind of get this going back in. Also, another nice feature with 0.25 is you can transfer crew around when you're docked. You don't have to, like, get them out on EVA and then hop on to the other command module and do all that annoying stuff. So what you're going to need to do is Okay. Come on! Why does it keep on doing this stupid glitch? Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is, see, you're gonna want to hover over like where your Kerbals on EVA come out. So I'm just gonna pop him out just for random demonstration. Notice how it comes out like right next to this hatch. If you hover over it, it'll say crew hatch. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to click on crew hatch. Then your crew should come up. So I have Daughtry, Rodman, and Dilbus on. So you can either send them on EVA or you can transfer them. So I'm just gonna transfer. I'm just gonna click on the transfer button. Then it'll say select a module for Daughtry Kerman to transfer to, and then it'll highlight the modules you can send them to. So I'm just gonna send him to this command pod, and then it should say Daughtry Kerman move to Mark 1-2 command pod. So now he's in this one with Dilbus. So then I can transfer him. Oh, Dilbus is in that one. Dilbus is already in this module. Okay. Okay, never mind. It doesn't highlight what you can move it to. And then he's in there. So I'm going to move him to here now. Daughtry Kerman to there. And then, yeah. So you can move your crew around and then move around resources. This doesn't work with just fuel. Like, you can send over... sorry. You can send over monopropellant. If I had no, I think I can. Let's just turn off the solar panels on this one for a minute. Let's just turn off all solar panels. I'm just gonna turn off this electricity usage for a moment. So yeah, you can actually transfer electricity, which I discovered yesterday. You can just shuffle that around. It's pretty useful. So yeah, when you're ready to undock though, what you're gonna want to do is just... Okay, seriously, what is wrong with Kerbal? What the heck? This isn't... Okay. Sorry about that. So, what you're going to want to do is... The ships... Oh, I should probably put Dilbus back in here. Oh my gosh, seriously? Why does it keep on doing that? Okay. I'm just going to put Dilbus back in the other command pod so then he can... Yeah, that one's empty. Okay, I'm just going to transfer you here. You have all the fuel, don't you? Yep. Okay. So you're going to want to just right-click on the docking, one of the docking ports. It should say status locked. Well, one of them. And then one of them should say undock or decouple node. Something like that. Then what you'll want to do is click on that button. And then you should notice that the camera moves to a ship. For me, the camera moved to the one with Dilbus, but could really move to either one. But if you want to like control the other ship for whatever reason, there should be the left bracket and right bracket keys. Just click those, one of those, left bracket and right bracket keys. They like cycle between nearby ships. So, yeah. And that is essentially how you can dock and oh, I don't have this AS on. Here we go. Okay, and that's essentially how you dock and rendezvous in Kerbal Space Program. Thank you for watching. Just leave a like if this helped you, and comment for what you'd like me to show you guys how to do next. Thanks.